Now we're talking with Gen Z inside the new UFO religion. Yesterday we just did an IRL stream and talked to all the older folk in the community, and now we're going to talk to the younger people. We were just dropped in the middle of a conversation of the Lucifer Rebellion and the dynamics of that. So we're going to talk about, like Star Trek, how there's different fighting factions up in the stars. I know it sounds like Star Wars, it sounds like fairy tales, but this is actually closer to the truth than you think, and it is recorded in our Bible as the war in heaven. So if you are, okay, the UFO topic is the hottest it's ever been in human history, guys. It's on the forefront of everybody's tongues, everybody's minds. Congress is talking about it. It's never been hotter. So if you care about UFOs, which I know you do if you're tuned into this channel, you need to read the Urantia Contacts, the Urantia book, because it's the highest, most detailed classification of extraterrestrials known to mankind. So if you want to understand and to perceive your life on Earth correctly, you need to study the text. And these fools right here, they know it like the back of their hands. So I know it's hard. I know it's hard to believe. But there are people, young people, who understand this information, and you can join the community. So if you find yourself like hunger for truth, come to the Urantia International Conference, come to the summer study sessions, come to all this stuff and be one with the family, and you're gonna walk away feeling like a vibration in your soul that you've never felt before. So, sorry, I just kind of dropped myself in the conversation. You guys were deep in it right now. Bring me up to speed. What were you guys talking about?
What are we talking about now is the question.
So he was,
Pope.
Oh yeah. Was a UB reader.
Who's got some thoughts? We'll pass the mic. So the Lucifer Rebellion, this is a cosmic celestial being that some of our visionaries got to get introduced through mysterious means on this reality of the cosmos. The Urantia Contact, as D-Bake said, the most detailed
Where's the whiskey?
The most detailed classification of extraterrestrials known to man. Sponsored by Jack Daniels.
Sponsored by Jesus Christ. Why do you think he came to our planet? To give us Jack Daniels.
Okay, let's start here.
Everybody's like, oh, I like these people. I can join this. I can join this group.
When you heard the Lucifer story, what was your first reactions? Did it make sense? Because a lot of people think this is a myth. A lot of people scoff when they hear the name Lucifer. So
I don't know. I think that I have someone else with a stronger opinion.
What?
Yeah.
it's like you started talking and then you like.
I heard people over here. They were going. We were over there at the cameras. It was getting heated, and now it's all quiet.
I don't know. This is kind of weird. Maybe a hot take. It's kind of hopeful.
Oh, okay. Lucifer's a good
yeah.
guy. You're
no,
a Luciferian.
that's not what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's not what I'm saying. No. I think it explains a lot, and it brings just so much clarity. And we were talking about how much of our history is missing, and I feel like so many people are just craving a history and an understanding right now.
Yeah.
I am, and I love it. And just going back to our roots and back to our core and trying to understand. And there's something about the Lucifer Rebellion that just really, I think, we just feel right now in this time. I feel like we're just growing so much, and we can feel the truth widening, and there's just more access.
Okay.
And I just feel that extra with learning about the rebellion. It makes things fall into place.
Okay. Can I throw a fucking monkey wrench in this bitch?
Yeah.
So I got one right here. One of this isn't from the Urantia book now, but this is from some expanded Urantia material, and they were saying that the real basis behind the Lucifer Rebellion was the fight over not using transport seraphim to traverse the universe and using material craft. So like Xing out the seraphim, like we're going to traverse ourselves
So
via
UFOs
craft.
are rebellious?
I'm just throwing it out there. What do you guys got to say about that?
Oh, it's the punk rock.
It's punk. Oh, they're punk.
UFOs are punk rock. You want it?
Yeah. There's a really cool mention where it's talking about the Melchizedek, and the Melchizedek have their own craft. A part of their function is actually to develop their own vehicles and their own travel capacity.
Okay, so if the Melchizedek can do it, why the fuck can't we?
We're trying.
Okay.
We're trying.
TR3B, we see you, DOD. We see you. Or Department of War now, sorry.
Yeah. And there's another mention about combustion bodies and the transport of combustion bodies. We're humans. We're these fleshy things. Even when we get into heaven, we're still not wholly spiritual. We're still in transition towards spiritual. So even as a Morantial personality, they can't move us the same way. So we need these seraphic transports.
Yeah, that's one of my hypotheses. When we die and go up to the mansion worlds, the seraphim aren't going to take our body. They might like take a piece of our DNA, bring it up, because it's a lot easier to transport DNA and generate your Morantial body from your DNA so that your personality can fit into it nice and snug, you know?
The 480 modifications?
Yeah, 570, yeah.
Is it 570?
I also feel like we're learning that the expanse of the universe is so vast that we got to get there with expeditious timing. You have to.
And you're saying your body will just weigh you down, or?
I think so. Isn't that we like become light beings?
Yeah, once we spiritize,
Yeah.
once we dematerialize, we're no longer combustion. And now we can travel at outrageous rates.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. What do you think?
So I was thinking about Lucifer Rebellion,
Yeah.
and I'm more into like the local scene and what it means in today's world and where I see it.
Okay.
And I was thinking about these colors, you know,
Scholars.
the colors, the
Colors.
flags.
Okay.
So it was described that Lucifer Rebellion had this color of like a
Red, black, and white.
yeah,
Notice all
red,
the bad
red,
guys, the Nazis,
yeah,
are red, black, and white.
yeah,
you know?
black and
The
what was it?
Empire
Red
from Star
and
Wars.
red circle and
Black
and
dot in the
black
center on a
black
white-
circle
on a white
something.
flag, yeah.
So these you know, these colors, black and red.
Yeah.
And
Are you
when
saying everybody who uses black and red are fucking evil?
yeah, exactly.
That's
Kind
gnarly,
of,
that's
kind
gnarly,
of.
dog.
You know, so when I look at these kind of political stuff like Antifa, it's like, wait,
Ooh.
black and red.
Wait,
You know, you see that? I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm like, oh,
We're going to
So-
Rumble, banned on
Yeah,
YouTube.
remember we're on YouTube.
yeah.
Remember we're on YouTube.
Oh, I
We
should.
got the banner, Michael.
Well, yeah.
There it
Should
is
I
now. You know
tone
we
it
were-
down? What?
You know we were.
Like, do I have to? You know, do I have to see what I'm saying? Or
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because why do the Nazis rep these colors? Are you saying because there's a weird conspiracy that Hitler had made contact with extraterrestrials, and that's where you get advanced technology? I mean, it kind of lines up if you look at Admiral Byrd, Operation High Jump. After World War II, they sent an entire naval carrier task force, which is no small thing. It's an army that can take over a country. And they sent them directly after World War II, the biggest war, to Antarctica to root out Nazis who were in Antarctica. This is fact. And he reports that he saw craft that were traveling, that could travel from the North Pole to the South Pole in a matter of seconds. A lot of his airplanes were destroyed, men were killed, very top secret. And this kind of shows you how Hitler could have made contact with some type of ETs. Were they rebellious or were they positive? That's for conjecture. If they were rebellious, maybe he adopted those colors for a specific reason. I don't know. I'm just, making conversation.
So here's my take. To say like the physical craft is the evil way to traverse the cosmos, and the spiritual way is like some Merkaba light field. I'm not a big fan because I think it's
Neither.
like
I think good guys have
If-
crafts too.
all technology. The history of technology in humanity is that we can use it to serve the people, to stabilize our ecosystem, or we can use it as a weapon. So I don't think the cosmos necessarily limits us to the capacity of material sciences, and I think anti-gravity itself is within that spectrum. I think that yes, you can travel spiritually by location, out-of-body experiences.
So this is like the cosmic First Amendment. The gun isn't the problem.
Ooh, exactly.
It's the person
The
that's
UFO.
problem. The UFO is not the problem. It's the being
the
who
being.
runs it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Interesting. All right.
I was going to tie in like his thing about the Melchizedek. So they were the priest, and they had this, concentric circle, blue circles.
If you can see in the stream behind us, the three circles, they call it the Urantia symbol, but it's not the Urantia symbol. It's the banner of Michael, Jesus Christ. So you know what team we play for.
Yeah.
And
So
Melchizedek had this on his chest. Melchizedek, the guy who taught Abraham in the Bible.
So if one day we get to traverse like Star Trek, so and we encounter another,
Species.
so we just have to look at the
The
flag.
colors.
If they,
Oh my God.
if they see a concentric
That's not
circle,
bad. That's actually pretty
it's
good.
like, oh, it's the good guys.
Yeah, it's a good
Unless they're
strategy.
watching right now.
I know. Then they're like,
False flag operations.
paint the craft blue. Paint the ship blue. Paint the ship blue. Paint it blue.
These idiots will fall for it.
Yeah, right. That'd be an easy strategy. The angel's like, oh, blue craft. Let him in. Let him in. That's interesting. Another weird thing that we thought about the other day, like do the angels like? Do the rebels try to kill angels? Like, do they? Can you kill angels?
Is there fighting
Is there
up in
fighting
there?
up there? Yeah.
They say
I
there
don't
is.
know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They say there's a spiritual war going on.
At least was. And so Revelations talks about how there was a battle in the
More, yeah,
heavens.
get him with the mic.
Revelations talks about how there's a battle in the heaven, and the dragon and his demons and Michael and his angels were in this battle, and Michael won. And it says there's now no place for them in the heavens. So when I've heard a lot
This
of
is where it's
people,
gonna get hot.
I've heard a lot of people say that if there's anything out there, it's demons. But according to the Bible, if there's anything out there, it's not. If there's anything out there, it's aligned with Michael. It's aligned with Christ, because everything else has been cast out. So
Where'd you
here
get
we.
that from? I don't
He's
believe
talking about
that.
the Bible perspective, that
Bible
they were
perspective.
cast down to
Yeah.
earth. Like
Yeah,
all
they
the
were
bad
cast down.
angels
I
are
don't know if
like
your answer
locked
says
in here.
that, but-
No, the Bible says.
Okay.
But holding the opinion that if there's anything out there, it's demons. Well, is Jesus from? Is Michael from Earth? Is the Creator's son from Earth? Is God from Earth? By definition, they're extraterrestrial.
Yeah, so you're like talking about the whole Christian movement right now that considers all ETs aliens.
Yeah.
Like the Tucker Carlson, usually the conservative Christian nationalists tend to take that view that all aliens are evil and demons because the Bible said so.
Yeah.
But I like that take, because you're saying by the Bible standard, all the demons
Jesus
got
should
sent
be-
here,
Jesus
and
is
everything
demon.
out there is
Everything out there should be good.
Technically, according to the Bible, well, I guess they say they qualify Jesus, but since Jesus isn't from here, he should be a demon too, right? Because they're all demons.
There's a lot of demons here. It says it in the Ranch book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of demons here.
On
There you
Earth?
go.
Yeah, it said that you're not allowed to, or they're not allowed to go into people's bodies anymore, but they were allowed to take over their minds for like a long time.
Ooh, yeah, now
It
we're
says
talking,
it in your
baby.
Ranch book.
Now we're
Okay, here's my take on Lucifer.
Oh, hit us.
Yeah. He's
And it's a very human take.
he's a Muslim.
He reminds me. Sorry. We don't got to go into Muslims right now. Don't get
If
me.
you guys were here last night, you get the
Don't-
joke. I'm not hating on Muslims.
Don't
It's
get
an
me
inside
started
joke.
on
It's
Muslims.
an inside joke.
Okay.
It's an inside joke from last night. I
Here's
love
uh,
Muslims. I'm not.
here's my take.
That's a lot more.
I think
Hey, what's up?
I view Lucifer like he's a spoiled rich kid. Because if you think about it, he was born to like a high position of power. That's all he knew. And it says in the book that
Who, Jesus?
Lucifer.
Oh, Lucifer.
He recognized that Jesus was his father.
Yeah.
And then he rebelled. So he's like, no, Dad, I don't want to. Because he's all mad that essentially we get to go through all of these, worlds and build and become, like God and get up there. And he thought the whole process was like pointless. So it's like, he's like kind of jealous of us is where it all came from. He's like a rich, spoiled kid. He's like, why did they get it too, That's my
Can I
take.
add to that?
Yeah.
No,
I
girls
do
aren't allowed
love
to
that.
talk in this life.
So rude. Yeah, see now she's got the mic.
Give me that.
Gal, let's start talking about the patriarchy and how centering men. And can we
Yes.
actually write a book that doesn't center a
Bring
man?
the feminine in
Thank
here.
you.
Goodness.
All right, let's stay on topic.
Okay.
And this is my problem with the Muslims.
Wow.
We're playing
Love
just
the
jokes.
women.
They don't love the women,
Right.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
we
kind of
can't
fair.
oppress
See them as
women.
animals. Don't get me started.
Wow.
We're detracting.
Wow.
Hit us.
Well, I kind of lost my thought.
I hear you though. I hear him.
No, I like that human perspective, and I think it's, yeah, no, that's great.
Lucifer, rich daddy.
Yeah, it's funny to think of it that way, like he's jealous of us, and I think that gives us just a tremendous amount of credit and helps us be more aware of like our own capacity and how much like we're so capable that angels are jealous.
Yeah.
Like, that we're pretty cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know?
We don't
Yeah,
even realize like
exactly.
how capable we are.
Exactly. But and that kind of that
So if
perspective
even angels
is
are jealous, and other physical ETs might be jealous as well.
right, and that just makes it so much more loving, and that makes me think about how much God loves us, and it's just a good reminder that we have to love ourselves because, I mean, if an angel is jealous, come on,
Then we should show
Yeah.
a little bit of love towards ourselves. Yeah.
We're worth it,
Be grateful
right?
for what we have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Then
we
tricking
get
if you
we
got
get
it.
the full experience.
Exactly.
We're born, as monkeys, and that's, and we're animals, and we have animal urges, and it's weird, but it's true. We gotta fight that because we got a piece of chip off the old block inside of us, you know?
Yeah.
We start from the very bottom.
But even on Earth, we like that underdog story. We like
Right.
seeing the underdog.
Yeah,
make
we
it
relate
be
to
the
it.
ultimate. And that's
What-
what we're gonna
what-
be. We're gonna be animal origin.
Yeah.
We're gonna be up there.
What's something that we could say as a message to our world to prep them for this message of truth?
Whatever you do it with love.
Do it with
Yeah,
love. I feel like that's
absolutely.
true.
I think what we're doing right now, we're
Yeah.
chipping away at it, just making these videos.
Like
so
the
people can
session-
see us as normal human beings.
The session I did today was on forgiveness, and that was really beautiful. One type of forgiveness, I'll forgive you, but I'm going to hate you a little bit. I'll forgive you, but I'm going to ignore you forever. But real forgiveness is, I forgive you. I forgive you for being human, because we are all human. We all make mistakes. We're the children of God, and that the mistakes we make are human.
Yeah.
And that the forgiveness is the powerful thing. The forgiveness lets ourselves, let the weight of our own heart. We can't control anybody else. We can control our message and the way we interact. The quote this morning about Jesus was like, let them see how I act. Show them how you act. Stop telling them, stop proselytizing to these people. Show them, teach the children through your actions.
Yeah, I think
That makes sense?
I think that's important. I mean, forgiveness is really important. Just like everybody's like, I fucking hate Lucifer, and like a lot of Urantia book people say that I hate Caligastia, and I go, wait a second.
God hates hate.
I thought we were supposed to be like Michael, and Michael offered them mercy still. So like, are you considering yourself better than Michael?
I feel bad for
You know what I'm
them.
saying?
They
Yeah,
fucked up.
we should
Yeah.
hold the same disposition as Michael. Have mercy and forgiveness. You know, can you?
That's what they were saying
Yeah,
earlier
can you
in
forgive
the,
even Lucifer? You know.
Yeah.
What do you call it, a workshop? That's what they're saying. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself because you're letting go and you're forgiving, you know? It's not to them. It's like once you forgive somebody, it's like you're gifting yourself with the knowledge that you
Yeah, you're becoming more like God.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
God's forgiving.
Charles, you got something? Should we forgive Lucifer?
It's your prerogative. I'm saying that regarding black and red, it's also the
Ooh, bring
colors
it back.
of Union Theological Seminary.
Fuck the Atlanta Falcons.
He's calling out.
Oh shit. And okay.
Wait, is that all? Is that all you have to say?
Mic drop.
Interesting.
Drop it right.
And fuck the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey, I got a question.
Chicago Bulls too.
What do you guys think color is going to be like on the Mansion Worlds? Because I think about this a lot, and I
Like skin color or just colors?
no, just color.
Colors.
Period. Like I feel like there's going to be like a
Yeah, I think there's gonna be
hue
more
of like
color. I
something,
think
you
we'll be able
know.
to perceive a more range of colors. I find it hard to believe there is new colors.
Okay, has anybody?
You think there's gonna be new colors?
But what is it? What is it to see infrared?
There's colors.
Okay,
that
I get what
our
you're saying.
humans
But are those different
our
colors?
human
Right.
eyes
Colors are just the
only
bandwidth.
see-
Right. Because we
Yeah.
perceive infrared in the color
like,
spectrum we can
really
see.
pop.
We don't see
Yeah.
infrared for what it actually is.
Yeah.
You
Here.
know, just a thought, you know, because you said fuck the Chicago Red Bulls. What was it again? Sorry.
I was just thinking of.
No, but I actually, I
Atlanta
think,
Falcons.
I think there's like a point there, you know, because
know
it's like lights. It's like the cow.
The entire time, I didn't even
It's
know.
like darkness
It's
and
the
blood.
cow, you know, it's like the Baalites who were sacrificing their own children. It's like there's like this whole myth around it. I mean, there's this conspiracy theory that,
Oh, Chicago Bulls and Baal.
yeah, like,
I like
there,
this. Now we're going deep, dog.
like there is this conspiracy theory that Michael Jordan actually offered his own father or something
Yeah, I
to
heard
get
that.
success.
The Illuminati. to
Yeah.
get killed.
So maybe there is a connection there.
If that's not true, Michael Jordan.
But you know,
This isn't a reason to read the Urantia book out.
yeah, but they say like
just to clarify, I
some
don't
people-
subscribe to any of these conspiracy theories.
This is not in the Urantia book.
I'm an open vessel to
Yeah.
listen, but
No, but I have love for everyone, you know, because I had a colleague like, yeah, you know, those elite, they're lizard people. And I was saying, you know, even if they are lizard people, they're my brothers, you know, because that's the universality of it. Huh?
Exactly.
Because, you know, in the Urantia book, we see like there's non-breeders, maybe grays, whatever they're out there, you know, if they're like intelligent, spirit-looking people, they're our brothers, even though, you know, they're funky looking, or
Dude,
maybe
you
even
got
dolphin
lizard
or
brothers.
bats or, huh?
you got lizard brothers.
Yeah, so,
there.
yeah.
If those lizard
Can
brothers
I
try to
can I
overtake
ask
our
everybody? Has anybody learned anything about
50,000
NDEs?
Excuse me?
NDEs?
NDEs,
Near-death
near-death
experiences?
experiences.
Yeah, what do you got? Tell us about the NDEs.
We
Oh my
interviewed
gosh.
the
What?
premier NDE guy.
Daniel Brinkley. He got
died
struck by
4
lightning,
times.
died like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
You guys should. Oh gosh, I
Yeah,
can't
we
remember
have an
his
interview
name.
with him. Yeah, it's coming out soon. Yeah.
Okay, so NDEs. What's interesting about NDEs?
Everything. They're actually really what kind of sparked me getting into the Urantia book. But
Did you have an NDE?
no.
Okay.
I just it was
Near-death
a
You made someone else have an
For
NDE.
anybody
No.
who doesn't know.
Theo Vaughn. He interviewed
Vaughn.
a doctor, who was researching it, and
Yeah, I saw that
they're
episode.
so good.
Yeah, I saw that episode. Shout out to Theo. Get on the podcast, Doc.
Yeah. It was a really good episode, and just learning about like life after death and all of the experiences, and it made me think about it when we were talking about color. Like you said, everything changes because you don't have the same body, and absolutely everything expands. You
Sensory
hear
organs.
different, and how beautiful of a process it is too. I mean, we call it graduating, but how beautiful of a process it is to have everything like designed for you. Like when you're moving on, it's your own process and it's catered to you.
You're right.
And it's fascinating.
What if you don't like it? Can you get a new one? Like, I want to be a little
Wait,
taller.
there's like,
I can make that decision for you.
I think that there's like a group of angels who like escort you through the process of
Yeah.
becoming your higher self. And what's beautiful about Earth is it through the thought adjuster in our soul, is that we may meet each other on Earth and we may meet each other again beyond, and we may be in a different form, but our souls will recognize each other like namaste.
Yeah, you'll recognize your mannerisms, the way you talk.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's right.
And yeah, we had a great experience that time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not hanging out with any
Yeah.
of you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna keep floating on.
Well,
by.
you'll have fun out there.
We'll be able to tell their personalities.
The personalities will show
That's like
through.
your,
Yeah.
that's like you're unique.
Yeah.
Only you have that personality.
Yeah.
And we'll be
You
able to
too.
tell.
That's why it's crazy when you get to the top. Like you're not physical. You're all spiritual.
Yeah.
Like your body is a spiritual body. That's so hard to wrap my head around.
We did pass over a couple of concepts.
Yeah, I want to touch on that since we talked about it, because there is an interesting universe fact philosophy, take it how you will, that the Urantia book points out, and it says that when you wake up in the afterlife, you gain nothing
No, it doesn't.
except
It doesn't
essentially
fucking say that. You're lying, dog. You're lying.
you gain nothing except essentially a new type of body. But what they're saying is gaining nothing, meaning your experience, your mental capacity, the lessons that you learned on Earth, your perception of love, what you can perceive, like how you actually react to situations, it's still you. And the common perception in a lot of religions is that you go straight to glory. You're glorified. You're heavenly.
Eternal
You're
bliss.
equivalent with the
No
angels.
work ever.
All you gotta do is die.
All you got to do is die.
It's almost like
Then why are we even living here? Let's go to tomorrow.
But you lose.
You might as
like,
well
the
just kill yourself
negativity,
right now, dog.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, you
Just
can't
drink
get
the
to heaven.
Kool-Aid.
But that-
That's the Kool-Aid.
Gotta accidentally die.
That's the question. People have asked that.
Sun seizure.
People have asked that. They're like, oh, well, if I'm saved,
Or sun seizure, yeah. Or sun seizure.
if I'm saved by this religion, why do I need to keep living here? And that's a big question, because again, people are living for this idea of salvation. Like, I just need to make it, bro. But that's like a survival mentality, not like thriving. And
Famine mentality.
Famine
Not
mentality.
peace.
And one of the things, the Urantia contact reveals is that, like, look, dog, if you're lazy down here, you're going to wake up lazy up there. And we're going to put you on the first planet,
You're on blast.
which is like a sort of
Detention
a
rehabilitation.
detention rehabilitation
Yeah,
sphere.
think about that.
So-
You wake up in detention rehab, dog.
And this is interesting because, some of the afterlife
Sure, yeah.
metaphysics people
You're too
say
fucked
that
up. You need to go into
the
rehab,
afterlife
dog.
that you go to is equivalent to your mental state.
Yeah.
Which
Some people
has a
evaporate.
type of,
Some people
there's
leave
a
the planet, they just skip all the levels.
How do you
Okay.
get to skip the levels?
I don't
You
know.
must be very advanced spiritually.
Yeah.
So I have to go
They-
through
it just
every
clicks.
level.
Yeah.
You go to a planet, and then every 10 days you have the option. So the book says that we get to the mansion world, we get to the resurrection, and then every 10 days they kind of assess your situation. And if you qualify for the next world, then you'll transit up. But if you are not of the caliber, you have to stay on this world. A lot of people will stay on Mansion World 1. They'll stay in this rehab because they They haven't developed those personal treasures. Jesus said, do these things and you'll store up these treasures for in heaven. And a lot of that comes to like qualities that are essential for our ascension are easy to get here. It's difficult to get there. So we're supposed to learn like cooperation, forgiveness. Getting into heaven and not having forgiveness, I think, is going to be a huge hindrance. Jesus hits on it so much that we should love our fellows and like the brotherhood of mankind kind of an idea. Imagine you had a high-performing civilization and you had these people come in and they're all sick and they're all causing issues. Would you want to release them into the general public, or are you going to hold them back until they're ready so it doesn't cause the damage?
Pretty much like we always say on the channel, it's like you have to get your stats to 99 everything, like a video game. The higher you get your stats, 99 wood cutting, 99 stone masonry, 99
Child rearing.
It's a good analogy.
99 charisma, 99 teamwork, 99 love. If you max out all your stats, the higher you get all your stats, it'll directly dictate what dimension or what mansion world you wake up on. Okay? So depending on your life here, if you're just one in everything and you suck ass, you're gonna wake up in that detention sphere and you're gonna get rehabbed.
That's okay.
It's fine.
Get those reps in now.
Yeah, get the reps in now. And then you're like, how do we get past? How do we skip the entire? What's crazy is there's some advanced planets out there, ET planets, bat people, dolphin people, mantis people, and they're so advanced that when they die, they skip the entire cosmic training regime we're talking about. Their
some
stats
humans
are.
have too.
Some humans have too.
Elijah.
Wait, what's Charles got?
Charles, fuck your thoughts. I don't give a fuck about your thoughts. I'm talking about myself right now. No, I'm kidding. So 99 everything, and then you can go up to whatever mansion world you want. I do want to talk about the elites in contact with some rebellious entities, but you guys know Charles. He's been on the podcast plenty of times. What you got?
I was just reminded of the idea of balancing the chakras, that it's not necessarily having the high power of one of them, but having a balance of all of them. And also the 10-day thing in the Marancha worlds also reminded me of the idea of the stairway of light. And I think this is in the law of one raw material, if anyone remembers that.
I thought you were talking about Heaven's Gate. Sorry.
Maybe similar.
Is that with the Nikes and the Kool-Aid?
No. You got the joke. There you go.
You got the Nikes too.
The Heaven's Gate stairway. Yeah.
It's kind of a cool subject too. I was just bringing up the subject of on a light and life world, where they have the Marancha temples, and then they live their lives, and these people they've reached the max.
It's a gnarly. It's almost. It's
You're
like
missing
morbid.
a mic. You're missing a mic.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. They'll hear me. It's a morbid way to look at it, but yeah, like they live to like 25 and they go to the pyramid and flash out. And it's like, oh, that's cool. They max out their stats, and then you're like, wait a second. They're just pumping people into the pyramids to get fried like at 25 years old. Like, is this good? Like, no, I'm just joking. They appear, they repersonalize on a high level in the cosmos, but it's just like, that's interesting. So on an advanced world, you max out around 25 to 30, and then you just blast off the planet. Like, and my question to you guys is
crazy.
on these advanced light and life worlds, do you think they're open to traverse other worlds? Is there an
Can you
exchange
travel around
to
and
other
stuff?
light and life planets or to other Marancha planets?
I feel like you can't.
I feel like you
the
could, right?
Creativity of your
Right?
drive of your personality development.
Gun to
Right?
my head, no.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys just get there.
He loves
We
that.
have a destination.
I just think you're stuck on the planet.
So you think that
You know?
the higher cosmos relegates all planets to only stay to
I think you got to stay in your solar system. So if we got
Oh, yeah.
if we got Venetians on Venus, we can go visit them. But that's just
But not the Pleiadians.
yeah.
Damn
I don't think
Wait,
so.
that's our local universe in the grand scheme of things.
I
The
hope I'm
universe
wrong.
is so huge that the Pleiades is our local neighborhood.
yeah,
Yeah, all the stars you can see in the night sky is our local
which
neighborhood.
is crazy. That's true.
I want to touch on what you're saying about leaving the solar system. So,
here.
well, he's a Lenanaduck son.
We're talking about mortals or angels?
No, I think
He's
if
a
you're-
Lenanaduck
but that's just
son, though.
My
He's-
take. I could be wrong. I think if you're born here, you got to live it out here.
Do you need this to talk?
No, fuck.
So leaving the solar system, once you get outside of the solar system, you're exposed to nebula wind. you're exposed to this a significantly higher
Moon
level.
landing.
No, don't. I don't want to
Significant,
debate.
significantly higher level of radiation than you would be receiving from our sun.
Proving my
Radiation
point
belt.
right
You
now.
can't get through it.
Yep.
The tapes will get fried. Moon landing is fake.
That's right.
And there's also around our star system there's a plasma wall. It's where basically where our star system is contained, and then outside of that it's interstellar space.
Is that what they call the firmament?
Cool.
That's a great question. I think that when they talk about the firmament of the heavens, I think they're talking about
That's
our
like
stars.
Flat earther.
That is flat.
I think they're talking
Not
about our.
flat earther.
I think they're talking about our star's atmosphere.
They were talking about the ozone layer.
Yeah.
But
dad is.
I'm just touching on the vehicles, right? And making vehicles. And a vehicle for going between Earth and the moon or Earth and Venus is going to be fundamentally different than going to Sagittarius.
Oh yeah, but they're not. Yeah.
Yep.
Insane. Like
But I could be
it's like
wrong.
A TR3B versus a fucking Model Air.
You don't know, like, 2 billion years from now, what kind of tech we have if we get into light and life. Like, after you've hit light and life, do you figure, like, do they stabilize so the sun doesn't explode and you live
That's a
on
good
that
question,
planet
yeah,
for
right.
20 billion years and it should have exploded in 5 billion? So, like, the tech could just keep going. And
So
then,
they literally like move your star system out of your sector into a more
Yeah,
less hazardous
they
sector
stabilize
if
it.
your planet hits that certain stage.
Yeah.
You get bestowed eternal weather.
all right, Tuesday, we're moving you to a different sun, all right? You know,
You guys
like,
have been really good. You're getting closer to paradise.
it's crazy, but it's something to think about.
It is something to think about.
There's a mention in the UB about our star, and it actually does have a finite life. On a long enough timeline, it's going to shut off. Imagine that our planet lives. Imagine that we make it to light and life, and we are gonna. We're a jewel of Nebadon.
do.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of
I like
fact,
that.
future state. So, and this is the case. On a long enough timeline, they're going to have to come and capture us and safely deposit us on a star that's more enduring,
Yeah.
right?
And they say it's possible. It is possible that ET will show up and evacuate the entire population off the planet. How crazy is that to think about?
Oh, so that's how they do it?
The rapture?
I think they can
Oh,
use
that
the
makes
rapture
sense.
with that, right?
So if light and life is new Earth, and on a long enough timeline, we actually do get deposited into some more sustaining star system, we would be transferring. We would have a new heavens. We would have a new heavens and a new Earth on a long enough
But do you think they're
timeline.
going to actually?
Orion, the Pleiades,
Oh,
That's biblical. Like what would God do with these little gems of light and life planets? Where would he?
The pyramids are queued up with star points. What would happen? Would they re-queue the pyramid with other star points?
Be out of sync.
That's old tech. That's old
Right,
tech.
that is old tech. They always say old like crazy, man. That shit don't work no more. But what's up with the pyramids? Why are they queued up with Orion, and why are the star shafts pointing to the Pleiades, the left star of Orion's belt, Ursa Major, all the star systems that are mentioned in the Bible in Genesis? God made the Pleiades, Ursa Major, and Orion. It says that. The Egyptians say when you die, you go to the left star of Orion's belt.
It talks about it in the book. It
It's
was
in
a
the book.
master builder who built the pyramids. I went there. I had to see it for
Yeah.
myself. It was crazy.
Dude, they're so cryptic about that. They say he built the first Amenhotep pyramid was built. They refer to the first human pyramid, which is the pyramid of Saqqara, and that's not the pyramid of Giza. And it says that a human built that. I'm going extra to your answer book now. Have you guys read the Millennium?
Ooh, Millennium 3 update. One of the most
Shit goes hard,
controversial
dog.
extra your book
It's
sources.
actually your Urantia source. It's a Urantia expanded universe, and they say that the pyramids of Giza were actually built by the celestial beings, and the Urantia book isn't. They had red tape. They weren't allowed to talk about the pyramids in the Urantia book. And
However-
that's why they can't talk about the South American pyramids either. But they talk about but they do talk about the descendants of like the Nadites or the Adamics and the staff making their descendants going on a boat and making a trip through Japan and hitting South America and creating the lineage for the Incas and the South Americans.
They have all
And-
those words in common.
And they have the words in common. Yeah, dude, that's so crazy, dude. They found script on Easter Island. They say Easter Island in the Urantia book was one of the headquarters for this race. The script. in
See,
Ro-
that makes sense.
The Rongo script, which is undeciphered, they found the exact same script in the Indus River Valley. Exact same
Have you
script.
guys
So what-
interviewed Graham Hancock?
We're,
Not yet, coming soon.
Yeah, probably coming soon. Yeah, we haven't even reached out to him
Yeah,
yet.
he's a great one.
He's made that connection. If you see Ancient Apocalypse, yeah, he talks about
Yes.
that. He makes a connection with the haplotypes of the people from Peru match with people from India and Sumer.
Yeah.
Why are Sumerians fucking in Peru? And then the Urantia book. My conjecture is Galactic tried to set up these pyramids in South America. The Urantia book doesn't want to talk about rebellious endeavors, and that's why you don't get any information on it. But those are still
Yeah.
celestial. There's still celestial information there you can learn. You know.
He talks about one spiritual leader that travels. Well, the assumption is that he travels to all these different races or people all across the earth after the major flood and imparts wisdom.
Yeah.
And I've been talking with my family and trying to figure out
Who this is?
Yeah, who
Thoth?
it was.
We think it's
Thoth the
Galactic.
Atlantean,
Yeah.
Cagliastia.
Yeah, we think it's a rebel entity.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, you think it's a positive entity?
Yeah,
Why
I
would
think
the
at
Urantia
one
book not
point
highlight it?
I think it's in there.
Okay, in South America.
What do you mean?
Like you say, in the Urantia book is they hint at a being who went to South America to teach
Not just South America.
the entire world. Yes,
Essentially,
okay.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
Who are these people being? Who are these beings?
It's one being
Who
is
is
the
this?
assumption because so he just has like a collection of these different stories from all these different parts of the world
yeah.
that align.
Yeah,
and the
Graham
story
Hancock.
is just one being coming in and imparting wisdom on this group of people.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's I'm trying to remember now.
A Melchizedek missionary?
Yes.
A Melchizedek
I think
himself?
it's Macabenta.
So why would that not be in the Urantia book?
I think it's in the Urantia book.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm so ignorant.
Okay.
One of the links here when Deepak was saying like they do not. Sometimes you have to read between the lines. You can tell what they're not saying, what they're not highlighting. But one of the things they highlight is the Egyptian Akhenaten, same kind of name, two different ways. And there's another contact case known as the Law of One, which sort of parallels the Akhenaten person. And he said the Law of One claims that there's a Venusian civilization that has influenced planet Earth, and they got special permission from a council, and they actually incarnated and had bodies at one point influencing ancient civilizations. And they said that they helped build the pyramids, and that Akhenaten actually was able to receive their message later on when they stopped incarnating because it caused too many problems. Akhenaten was able to receive their mental sort of teaching that they call the Law of One, and they say that he most vibrated with this Law of One that they were trying to impart to humanity, which is why he had the monotheistic concept. But the Ra complex says that they built Giza, and you could say that the law of the Urantia book kind of like, it doesn't reveal that, and then another text talks about it. And sometimes I think they don't want to step on the toes of all the other celestial beings, so it's like, well, that's their story. We're not really allowed to reveal it. Might be somewhere else. So
Again.
Venusians built the pyramid.
or like maybe the Law of One people are a neutral party or even a rebellious party, and the Urantia team doesn't want to give them any clout, give them any highlight, give them any exposure, you know?
I do think that when Ra says, we got the council's permission, it maybe sounds like an emergency mission, kind of like Melchizedek, where they were like, all the celestial missions fail down here. They're on their own, like Venusians are over here. All right, let's let the Venusians try and do what they can do. But even Ra failed. They messed up, and that's part of the reason they're still here. They're like, yeah, the priesthood took our knowledge, distorted it, used the power for their own good, for their own devices, and now we're trying to correct that. And that's why they say the Law of One transmission was written as a book.
I also recall another extra Urantia book source that said the pyramids were like material complement of Melchizedek University pyramids or something. Maybe it was Mesa Verde. Does anybody else recall that?
I love Mesa Verde.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
good.
I've listened to all of it. You like
I've
Mesa
spent
Verde?
a lot of time in Chaco Canyon and Mesa Verde.
Oh, you
It's
live
so
there?
beautiful. Well, I'm in Durango, Colorado.
Oh, wow.
It's right there.
Okay.
So what's so beautiful about the alignments of all these great houses and these structures and this ancient civilization that had a whole highway system from Mexico all the way up into central and southwest USA, currently known as. And it's really beautiful. How did they know? They just watched the sun and they observed. They were sun worshiping people. Isn't there a paper about that?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. They were some of the sun worshiping people.
As am I.
Yeah.
Worship the sun just
Thank you, sun. I saw the green flash this evening
The green flash?
in the sunset over the Pacific. I saw it through my
I'm
binoculars.
not initiated on this.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It
explain.
was
So
awesome.
you're
When the
looking
sun
at the
goes
sun
down?
with binoculars?
Yeah, well, there was so much moisture in the atmosphere that I could safely do it. I used my best judgment. And I did see it, and it was
It's like
verified.
the minute it goes down.
The
in
very
sea,
moment,
no?
yep. It was really beautiful sunset. It was an incredible sunset. And we had a beautiful set of acoustic music and some songs by Pato and some spoken word moments that were really beautiful too.
That's dope.
Come on down to the next conference, everybody.
Yeah, right?
Or find your local study group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be around people who actually know and play around with these concepts like we're doing right now, like you said, find your local study group. Come to the next conference. We're here. You can be in the next roundtable on our live stream if you want.
Join a forum.
And we can talk about how red and black equals the devil.
And join the Planetary HQ Discord. We gotta restart it. We got hacked.
We got hacked.
Unfortunately, but you can have conversations. We want to start these one-to-one kind of voice chats with the small groups. I mean, it's going to grow over time, so get access now, baby, because we're about to blow up and you ain't going to get the chance.
Yeah, you
So-
gotta say you knew us when.
Yeah, I was there at that roundtable.
Yeah.
That's gangster. Okay, so the Illuminati are in contact with demons.
Oh, totally.
They are?
Fact or fiction? Go.
There you go. There you
It
go.
all seems like a fiction, but based on fact?
Did you not read the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Are they out now?
Some of them.
Yeah, so-
I've seen enough to convince me.
The ones who smoked weed or less manipulated.
Well, there's people on Reddit that go through like all the Epstein photos and they're like, look at his house, bro. Bow. Demons. They look at all the art and stuff.
Darkness, very
Yeah.
dark evilness that seems to like
Do you think they were in
proliferate
contact
through
with any?
everything.
Do you think
Yeah,
they were in contact?
how many
I
of these
feel like
elites
they
are
were in contact with the darkness inside themselves.
Okay.
No extraterrestrial beings.
I would feel like that
Oh, this
that
is
that denies the responsibility of the humans that made those poor decisions.
True that. No,
I don't think we should pass on the responsibility saying that it's all it's the devils and not Epstein.
Yeah.
However, you do have to question these elites, the Illuminati. When you hear the rumors, when you see some releases where they're like, oh, they're doing rituals, that's weird. How many of them are
summoning
actively
demons.
conscious of the fact that they're trying to create a business deal between a non-human intelligence in order to gain more power and influence on Earth?
Delegastia.
Because even the Urantia book says that Caligastia, though stripped of most of his influence, is still here to those and able to access to those who want and request it.
I think those who have a soul that is not fortified against that darkness. I think there are
But you can take down
beings
your own
who are
fortification.
susceptible,
You
more
can.
susceptible to the
You can
darkness.
consciously take down your own fortification and open
You
up.
could say, I'm going to lower my moral standards.
Yeah, and what
And
if
you
you're
can
super
kill
rich
your
in
own
charge
soul.
of missiles
Yeah.
into the
You can
Department
kill
of-
your own soul?
Yeah.
You can kill your own soul.
How?
There's
Yeah.
soul death
Yes.
that happens.
Exactly. And I
Okay.
think that
Not
was
all
Epstein.
beings make it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some beings commit sins that are so horrible on earth.
I think
that they
Epstein's a
don't
great
make it
example of
through.
that.
So is
And-
hell, what, are you saying hell's real?
I don't know what it is. Where do they go? They just go to nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what happens?
I think they just evaporate. They just don't
go to
exist
nothing.
anymore.
If
Yeah.
you're bad, you don't get to go.
And what,
Absorbed into the
A
Supreme?
lot more loving way of thinking about it.
How bad do you have to go?
Okay, be careful.
I don't
here.
know.
Be careful
I
here.
see. I have a kind heart. I don't even want to
I was about to
entertain.
say, because I don't want to I don't want to preach something from your own book. We don't know what your anti-book says.
Yeah.
I know you guys have a lot of passion against negative entities, but you know, does your anti-book exactly delineate what you have to do so that you don't make it as a mortal? And then what are the qualifications for that? And are we even allowed to pass judgment on that?
It does talk about the different deaths.
Yeah, it does talk about the different deaths.
And
but
it-
doesn't say,
it
like,
elaborates
what you
a little
need to do
bit.
so that
Biologic,
you don't make it.
intellectual, and soul death.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's a mention where it's talking about making the supreme decision. Making the supreme decision to follow God and to join him in his kingdom or not. And a lot of people, if you hold the position, that's not real, none of that's real, God's not real, there's no afterlife. If you wholeheartedly align yourself towards that, what afterlife opportunity is there? You're
So you
kind of,
believe that if you don't hold these concepts in your mind upon the moment of death, you won't make it?
See, I
if
disagree because
Oh, wholeheartedly.
I just want to say because I know some atheists, and they're like staunch atheists, and
Well,
they're
the Uranus book itself says that.
and they have a moral
ignorance alone
compass. Like they're
won't
trying to be
survive.
good people. You
Right,
know?
right.
I feel like if you're just trying to be a good person, and you maybe you don't believe in anything for some weird reason, like you're not even agnostic. Yeah, but
Let- can we,
you know.
Potential. There's
But the
potential.
thing is, some people have a false idea of God, but they have to empty themselves up to be filled with the truth.
but holding a concept of God is that critical element, I guess, in this caveat. So let's say the Lucifer Rebellion.
This is make sure, yeah, keep on.
The denial of the reality of the Father, the denial of adjudication of souls, and that humans aren't worth it. If someone were to wholeheartedly align with the Lucifer Rebellion, do you think that there's room for them in the afterlife?
Yeah, the only qualifier I use in the Uranus book, it says ignorance alone cannot prevent survival. So if you're ignorant, if it says, yeah, okay. If it says,
I think Lucifer is proof.
all right, yeah, let me finish. So like the Uranus book says, ignorance alone shall not prevent survival. Okay, we're talking about mortals here, not Lucifer. Lucifer is a non-analytic son, not a mortal who goes in the afterlife. You know, you can't compare the two. Ignorance alone can't prevent survival. So if I'm an atheist, if I don't believe in Jesus, or if I'm an evil person on earth, usually I'm not a Uranus book read person, so I'm ignorant. And you have a chance to make your decision in the afterlife. You don't need to make the decision here. You know, you can wake up on the rehabilitation detention sphere. They'll give you all the information, and then you can make a correct decision. And the Uranus book says that you need a fully informed decision to be made, the final ultimate decision that you were referring to. So I think until you're fully informed, which can happen after death, that's the decision where you will cease to exist. I don't think anybody down here can adopt a fully cohesive, unless you're a full-on Urantia book reader, you know everything in the Urantia book, and then you're like, fuck this, I'm gonna try to prevent as many adjusters as possible. Even then, the angels might still resurrect you and be like, let's try to teach them the right way, you know?
They harp on mercy, sorry.
Yeah, mercy's eternal, so I don't think that there's any thoughts down here.
Every possible
Here,
mercy.
and this.
The only
Can I read a quote? This is
Quotes now, baby.
okay. So paper 140, section 1:4. So it says, "But for you, my children, and for all others who would follow you into this kingdom, there is set a severe test. Faith alone will pass you through its portals, but you must bring the fruits of the Father's Spirit if you would continue to ascend in the progressive life of the divine fellowship. Verily, verily, I say to you that not everyone who says, 'Lord, Lord,' shall enter the kingdom, but rather he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven."
Yeah.
So the faith being the severe test is that piece that I'm saying, that if you wholeheartedly don't believe in God, that's a major, that's the severe test. If you fail on this, there is no judgment. You get absorbed into the supreme. If you have even a mustard seed of faith, you're good for the adjudication. You can make it to the afterlife, and there's all sorts of, what's that?
Adjudication?
The judgment.
Oh, judgment, okay.
And when you get into the afterlife, there's all sorts of rehabilitation. I think as long as you have that mustard seed of faith, you have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that the total denial, the malalignment against God.
I think it
That's-
comes down to like intention too, because it says,
Yeah, intention.
it says for you who says, "Oh Lord, Lord." So maybe it's talking about preachers who are like preaching and they truly don't believe and they're just making money and flying around in jets. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
They,
like
they
there's
likely
peop-
believe in God, just they're being dominated by material wants.
So maybe that's what it's saying. Everyone who says Lord, Lord.
That's the Lord's name in vain.
But
And they're
if
not-
you-
they're not
but-
living-
But so when it's
They're living
talking
Christ
when it's
like.
talking about the Lord, it's talking about for progression in the afterlife.
Yeah, let's
And-
make sure we hit all the points so that we understand what we're talking about. And so what you're saying is,
I'd say faith is a severe test.
You don't-
Without
so
faith,
you're saying you believe that if a human down here doesn't have faith according to your definition, or doesn't believe in Jesus, or is this an evil person, they won't make it to the afterlife?
it's not about my definition. It's
Well, I'm
about
just
having faith or not. Like
I also
it's
think
pretty
it's-
clear, and
it's
this is
addressing
this is a
actual
Jesus quote.
readers of the book.
This is a direct quote. I mean, you said according to my definition of faith, and that's
Yeah,
not
no,
what
no,
that's not what
let
I'm
me
applying.
finish. Okay, so you're saying that this only happens in this lifetime. I'm saying you have to extend that past this lifetime.
Yeah, what's the point in time here? Because I like the quote, but
Yeah.
again, that quote doesn't give a time
It doesn't
definition
even- yeah,
saying
it's not even
you
saying
need
a
to.
time.
Because an atheist, you could say, I would argue that
They're ignorant.
an atheist has no faith that there is an afterlife, there is a God, but in my opinion, based on what your ancient book is saying, they're still going to wake up on the detention sphere. They're
Get
going to
the
be given the
information,
information.
and then to make
In
a
fact, they might have 1,000 years. In fact,
Exactly.
the planetary prince, the Anunnaki who came down here, they were on a volunteer mission because they had yet to fuse with their internal
And they
spirits.
consciously rebelled, and they're still alive.
And so they needed a higher dynamic range of experience. So they went back to incarnated bodies, and they left their thought adjusters. And that experience, to me, was meant to catalyze their souls and make them have a greater choice and to understand, what do I really want to vibrate with, the cosmic thought form or my own rebellious thought form? And lo and behold, 60 out of that 100 chose the rebellious thought form. And so to me, that goes, wow, it's not that even people that aren't completely evil, they're just having trouble really choosing, like, do I want to choose the eternal journey or not?
The cosmic
That's,
organization. Yeah.
that can go all the way up to Jerusalem.
11:11.
Gang, gang.
Sarah from around us.
That can go all the way up to Jerusalem. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on some of that.
I don't think, I used to think like this duality of, good and evil, like the devil was equally as strong as God and some stuff, according to like some churches. And because of your ancient book, I started to see it differently. Like it talks about personal and impersonal. So it's like, it's not, there's a good person, he goes to heaven, and a bad person, he goes to hell. It's like, every person just goes to get, to continue. And those people that choose to be impersonal, they kind of gradually disappear. And by themselves, they don't want to be.
It's like in the university is the term, right? We go to the university to continue our learning path. Maybe some people drop out.
Yeah, like
If
when Jesus says, you cannot serve two masters, he doesn't say God or the devil. He says God or money.
Yeah.
And it's just this impersonal thing. He said, if you just go on, at some point, it's like, he says some people just go with societal opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
And at some point, you just become a how do you say, automaton?
An automaton.
Automaton. Yeah, automaton.
Yeah.
So you just become a robot. You
Exactly.
just become kind of AI
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like information with no soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Hey, there's a camera right there.
I got a couple of verses.
Hey, brother.
Okay, we got a
Camera right behind you.
It's okay, do a dance.
So, paper 2, section 3.3, I got one. Cessation of existence is usually decreed at the dispensational or epical adjudication of the realm or realms. on a world such as Urantia, it comes at the end of a planetary dispensation. Cessation of existence can be decreed as such times by coordinated action of the tribunal, etc. When this sentence is finally confirmed, the sin-identified being instantly becomes as if they had not been. There is no resurrection from such a fate. It is everlasting and eternal. The living energy factors and identity are resolved to the transformations of time and the metamorphosis of space.
Yeah, I think the closest people you can put in any aspect from the Urantia book in that category would be the corporeal staff, because they're non-angelic, they're
Not
Maranta
Epstein.
progressors, they came to our planet and they consciously rebelled.
What about
So-
what about people on Epstein's list?
They're ignorant.
They'll make it.
Are you kidding me? Are you gonna try to like act like they know the Urantia book and then judge them based on that?
I'm just saying that
We're talking about extreme forgiveness. And
But you're trying to say that people don't make it because you think they're bad.
It's not about if I think.
Well, I'm saying it's because you think, because the Urantia book doesn't say
They
that.
made a choice.
a lot of
The
people
Urantia
agree
book
with
clearly
I think
says
they have the
otherwise.
information they needed.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they're ignorant.
They are ignorant. They haven't read the Urantia book.
Okay, fair. But what kind of influence are they getting?
I mean, if they're non-Urantia book, do you remember when before you read the Urantia book? I mean, maybe you're second generation. I remember
I'm
before,
fourth
whatever. I remember when before I read the Urantia book, I was a totally different fucking person than when I was
Right.
after the Urantia book. I would consider myself completely ignorant. I didn't even know there was fucking stars up there, beings that could ascend to the afterlife. That's complete
Right.
ignorance.
But those people are,
It doesn't matter. I think Hitler even gets
I
rehabilitated.
was just gonna say that.
well,
That's how
if you
far
call out,
different
right,
we
you
are.
can be.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're ignorant.
I think
You have,
Hitler
you
gets a
have,
second
you have to
chance.
get all the information to make a complete informed decision. Period.
He was doing amphetamines. He thought he was doing the right thing.
Give him a break. Give him a break. Exactly. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh shit. Oh shit.
He
I
really
was.
thought
you
he was
know?
doing the right thing.
Exactly. Like just like when you go into the woods and kill someone and try to take their shit, you're gonna wake up on that mansion world. They're gonna be like, hey, you killed someone and here he is. You're gonna have to deal with it and get through it. You know, you're not gonna get past it. They're gonna
Extreme
rehabilitate
mercy,
you. But even
extreme
after
forgiveness.
that, and you're still like, fuck that fool. I would have killed him again. Then they're gonna be like, all right, now we're gonna annihilate you.
It's like
You
every
know?
challenge you might put off on this planet, it's gonna come back,
Up
and you're
there.
gonna have to study and
And if
pass the exam
Exactly.
later.
And if you don't want to pass it, then
Yeah.
you get annihilated.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, you're right. If you can choose to just
Yeah.
say, I'm not gonna go any further.
Like you said, they're dropouts. you know?
Ignorance alone.
Okay, I want to explain my argument though. My argument is that I think that they are less ignorant than at least you think, because I think that they are getting extra information from demons. I think that
and
there's
now
the
you're
potential for
talking
that.
about a unique case. Okay, so if the Epstein people were in contact with like rebel midwares
Yes.
or Caligastia,
I think they're
then
perfect
they know
examples.
more than the average bear.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting angle.
Yeah, then you're like consciously doing
That's what I'm
evil.
saying. Like you need to know the
Iniquity.
Urantia book and you know about thought adjusters in the afterlife, then go, fuck that. I'm going to prevent as many people as possible.
Yeah.
That's like,
well, and that's iniquity.
That's
There's
iniquity.
a difference
That's what I'm
between
saying.
evil, sin,
Yeah,
and iniquity,
iniquity,
and it's
exactly.
very different than in the Bible as well. And that's something that I learned about and was very surprised that we actually, and it's funny to hear us talk about it now. We use the common term of evil,
Yeah.
but it actually doesn't apply
Yeah.
compared to what's in the Urantia
I'll do a
book.
little bit evil. I'll be all right.
now I got a little middle ground that is also a hot
I
take.
don't mean that like that. You know what I mean? Like we know that
Some evil
iniquity is
is
a real
okay.
bad one, but
Yeah.
you know, in society we think evil's bad.
I fight myself.
So
every
middle
single
grounds,
day.
middle ground, hot take in the Urantia community, but there is a logical reasoning thought that gets us there. So my proposal is that one of the things that one of the extra Urantia book sources that we mentioned, Millennium 3, says is that it tries to tackle the concept of reincarnation. Why is this a belief? Where does it come in? And it has a unique angle. It says that, well, one, let me make this premise. Lucifer, in his manifesto, said that the God the Father didn't exist. Why are we sending the mortals all the way up to there? And when they come back, the finalitars can't even describe what God really is. He said, therefore, God is not real. We don't know that Lucifer went totally bad and said, we're not going to ascend the mortals. It's more of a suggestion that they wanted to create their own ascension scheme. They wanted their own liberty to decide how they ascended the mortals. Now, Mesa Verde and Millennium 3 tied together, two extra Urantia book sources, kind of say a very interesting thing that ties into the whole prison planet reincarnation theory. And they say that instead of sending mortals to the mansion spheres, Caligastia and Lucifer tried to reroute the soul ascension program.
Create their
Which
own ascension
it
program.
does fit with the manifesto.
Remember it talks about fighting over the soul of Moses? And it talks about in the Bible, God and the devil are fighting over the body of Moses where he resurrected to.
And so like
Yeah.
karma is like this currency economy they created, whereas Christ breaks that thing and sets people free.
So here-
Go to the real ascension
Yeah.
circuit.
Here's what I'm proposing is that like they did mess around with the ascension circuits because it was
scary.
their spheres. They wanted to choose how to train and ascend mortals.
Imagine waking
And
up
I
on a
think
rebellious
that this
planet.
is the
What the
source. This is the source of the reincarnation myth, and there's an element of truth, but the reason the Urantia book is so strong against saying reincarnation doesn't occur is because never was the cosmic regime set up the ascension career so that you would return to the same planet, get a memory wipe, lose everything, and then have to relive a life. Now, I think, Millennium 3 says explicitly, for those who agree, they are allowed to reincarnate because this is a rebellion sphere. They're still under some rebellion influences. Mesaverde says that a reincarnation circuit was set up by the planetary prince to keep souls on Earth, but still allow them to have like some type of life and then maybe
fucking
use
weird.
them. It's really weird, really
Sketchy
wonky.
and dark.
I know we're getting out there, but if we're talking about celestial sciences and rebellion mechanics,
Lucifer would want to take souls in his own ascension
yeah,
program.
this starts to bridge the gap. And so to try and finish my thought here, what I'm proposing is that like this reincarnation idea is that, even in the prison planet, soul trap ideology, they say that like if somebody sends you an offer and they're like, hey, join us, we'll make sure you survive, it might actually just be sending you back into the old, Mesaverde calls it the dark grid that was established, the dark Morancha grid that was established by the rebellious
Lucifer,
entities.
Galactic.
And so
Keep
if,
repeating on the same planet,
and to reiterate,
I don't like it.
Urantia says that free will is very high, so high held in the cosmos that they don't stop rebellion with force. They allow it to play out. And so therefore, if that soul ascension circuit is set up, Galactic says, hey, survival of the fittest evolutionary life program, I'm going to start reincarnating people and see if I can ascend them faster. And then
Just to clarify, I don't agree with any conspiracy theories outside of the book.
This is all extra.
oh yeah,
Hardcore, we're going deep.
for sure.
But I'm open to hearing all the
Okay, so
interpretations.
anyway, to gather off my point, I want to say that if any part of reincarnation is true, it is because Galactic and Lucifer were trying to ascend souls in their own manner, and that is a fact that is sort of agreed in the Urantia book. So for the people's sake, the reason Christ Michael, Jesus incarnated, the president of the universe came here on this planet is partly to end these adversarial tactics.
I like that president of the universe.
That is why, the Urantia book pitches that like by Michael living here and as a human actually having a meeting at Mount Hermon with some of those rebels, and that was the sort of official end where it's like, okay, I gave you all this time to use your free will to choose what you're doing on the planet, but now your time is up. I'm taking it back. So a lot of thoughts in there, but that's
Satan, right?
the
In
meeting.
Mount Hermon,
Yeah.
They were trying to convince him, and he's just like, no.
Yeah, they gave him the
no.
pitches. They were like, hey, we'll look at our dominion. Can we make this contract? Can
They're
we
trying
make
to
a deal?
convince God to not do godly things. Stop it. Stop. Just stop.
Right.
Hey, let's
Embarrassing
just create a
yourself.
couple new ascension circuits. Come on, like it's cool. We'll train them for a couple
Bro,
thousand years. We'll
I
be fine.
promise we can output the souls faster to Morancha 7 than before. I promise, bro.
Yeah, and
You're
it's
making
He's
a fool
like-
of yourself, bro.
yeah, right. It gets dark. I mean,
Yeah.
He's like, relax, kiddo. I've been doing this for billions of years.
like what if they
Time is
what
up.
if they try to create an ascension circuit between the 36, 37 rebellious planets?
They
Can I ask a question?
Hit it.
It might be stupid,
Fucking
but
it better
I
be
wonder.
stupid. Let's shoot that shit.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
Okay, good.
It probably
Only
won't be the
stupid people, no
stupidest
stupid
question.
questions.
It can be
There
as
is stupid
stupid as.
answers.
Yeah.
The question won't be
Stupid
stupid, but you might be confused.
Yeah, it very well could be the case. What is the origin story of Jesus?
What do you mean? Like pre-Jesus or
Yeah, pre-Jesus.
the Urantia?
Who is Michael?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
before
okay,
the
yeah.
origin-
Like, what was he
Pre-Michael,
doing?
what
They
is
needed
of?
him. They noticed that the planet was really in rough shape, and they said we need extra
Wait, they?
help.
Who's they?
Yeah,
The
who's
people-
it?
Michael's universe.
I'm not sure of the names.
Oh, he created the universe?
Yes.
Oh, he'll tell you.
Like, what's the origin of Michael?
Yes.
Are you talking about like?
Oh, I
three
thought you,
souls?
like, was
Yes.
there a glimmer in his
before
parents'
Nebula?
eyes? That's what I was
got
thinking.
with the mother spirit in the very beginning.
So, paper 57 talks about the origins of our nebula, and the nebula is formed, and then there's the nebula goes through these different life cycle phases. At a certain stage of life cycle of nebula progression, this Michael's son, which is a special order of creation from paradise, he comes and basically chooses that he wants this to be his
So
realm.
he was designed for this?
Yeah, and he
He
gets
was-
assigned to this specific
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
This is his realm of creation.
He's a special order of sonship. There's Michaels and there's Danals and there's Avenals, and these are the three types that of this one core. But he's specifically a Michael. The Michael sons are the creator sons. So, and then everything. Basically, he goes and he develops all sorts of administrative spheres and things like that. He performs this initial action of universe creation in what we call Nebadon, our universe.
And he's like working with power adjusters, and they're setting up time and space.
This is before. So once he's ready, they lay down power lines, and then the universe mother spirit basically is.
But so his
Before it was
actual
the infinite.
origin is he comes from the sun,
No, the eternal son.
the eternal sun.
Yeah, second source and center. Yeah,
Father and Son.
paradise origins.
Oh, I felt like I read something about the creator sons were like the ideas personified or something, or was that something else?
The perfect idea and ideal of universe creative perfection.
And there's different kinds of creator sons. Like some are spirit son, some are spirit father. He's son father, correct?
And yeah, and he leans more towards mercy.
Okay.
Other sons, I guess, don't.
Which goes back to our debate why we think Hitler has a second chance coming.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
It's understandable.
I'm not
Most
convinced.
people think Hitler's
When
not
you-
getting a second
Yeah.
chance.
Everybody's getting judged according to their context, right? Like Abraham almost killed his son.
You would have to assume that none of these people knew what they were doing.
But we don't know the inner workings of their thoughts, and only
Exactly.
they do. So they get the.
Are people responsible for their decisions?
I think it's hate. When hate is
Good question.
instilled in someone, are they responsible for that hate that's been driven into them?
I think that's when they.
haven't read the Urantia book. Are they even considered like a valid?
And it sounds like that paper is addressing specifically readers,
I don't think the Urantia book is essential reading.
Yeah, I don't think it is
and that's
either.
why if
I
you
mean,
don't read it,
essential
you
reading.
know.
I think there's
should get a
people
second
who
chance.
live
It's-
the life
No, I
and
think
fact
the
and
truth is
truth
essential,
of
but
it.
the Urantia book would be either.
Yeah, you might
You're not gonna
live a
like it,
good
did it?
life without knowing that you're living.
And you
a
can
good
feel you're living a good life
Yeah.
or you're living a bad life.
life. Yeah, being a
you
good
know.
person.
I think Jesus of Nazareth teaching in the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke gives you everything you need for personality survival.
Not John. Fuck John.
John's great too, but Matthew, Mark, and Luke, it's got his
Like some women.
preaching tour.
Gospel of Mary.
The book of Mary
It was a
was
different
not so
time.
great.
The book of Raya. Let's write it. Let's
And the next planet, you'll get my edition.
No, let's engrave it into an ancient
It's been done.
like stone and then bury it.
I like that
And then
idea.
In the future, they'll be like, lost book of the
Ooh,
Bible.
wow, our book of Raya, she was there.
Yeah. And then we'll use Urantia concepts and they'll be like, oh my God, she was there.
Whoa, I love that.
How'd she know so much about Jesus?
Wait, so I have a question. So the Council of 4 and 20, are they the ones?
Not 4 and 20.
Right? Are they the ones? Are they the ones who are like doing the
wanna
actual
go
judging
counsel
because
over
they
there?
some of them have lived here?
The Ancients of Days. The Ancients of Days, and then there's primary. He was asking. He said the question was the 4 and 20 elders the ones that are doing the judgment?
Are they like lawyers essentially?
Yes, they literally, it says they are in charge of
Who's
all
my
matters
public
pertaining to
defendant?
adjudication in our local sector.
Oh, but that's also
Interesting.
point. Like,
Yeah.
isn't
Not the Ancients of Days.
interesting. So that
Elijah.
means the council
The
of
4 and 20
would be presiding over the decisions that we're talking about now, who gets to make it and who doesn't, you know.
Are you? Hold on,
So-
hold
so
on.
they're- oh, they're like that makes sense.
D-Bake, you're saying the 4 and 20 elders, like Moses and Adam and
so
Eve and
the
Anaman
Urantia says
Alantan?
Anytime there's like a weird controversy when it comes to adjudication and resurrection, the council of 4 and 20 is the last person to make the stamp on that.
Okay, but general adjudication, it's Ancients of Days. He's got the Sekanophim with him,
Yeah,
primary,
I'm sure
secondary
him and the 4 and 20
Sekanophim.
work very closely in
the voice of the Michael son and all these.
Yeah, see, I think they're just green stamping.
Was
most
it
people.
Elijah?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's just a big. Occasionally, there's a guy in there like red stamp.
Oh,
you
man.
know, cease to exist. This guy's really bad.
Mansion 1 stamp's going out to everybody.
You know.
Wasn't Elijah part of 4 and 20?
Half the planet. anyway.
Elijah?
We got planet.
I was trying to do an army debate about this for some
he
guy was
was
trying to tell me like
around
30% of people make it. I'm
people,
like, I don't see 70%.
But
making
lights.
it,
That's
dude.
crazy.
You know?
So
In the
it's
community,
Yeah.
he
they
was
try to like, you know,
he was aligned with
You know,
God though. He was
subhumanize
How
like
many are
supporting
dehumanize other people. Like, oh, you're not gonna make it. It's like
Self-righteous.
They're missing the extreme mercy.
Yeah, they really are.
It's because
Forgiveness.
they're afraid they're not, so they gotta be like,
Yeah,
you're
so we have to
off
be
my
like-
gate, yeah.
aware of that. Don't fall for that.
Yeah, it's just fear.
I mean, these guys were.
Can I say something with that?
Yeah.
I get my back's to the camera, but when you brought up the Council of 24 and why they would be called upon to make that final like distinction, is I think because of the Supreme. The Ancients of Days are not experienced. They're judges.
They're perfect. You're right. Oh.
So if you really don't know and you really want to know what the what the streets would say,
Yeah, you need the experience.
You need the experience.
People who are in the streets.
So in my theory,
Real shit, dude. Real shit.
Jesus' cousin's on
It-
that council. John.
You're right.
He was a Baptist.
that's true.
No, keep going, dog. You were killing it. What were you saying?
It's because of the Supreme.
Because of the
It's
Supreme.
not random that it's a
Because
council of 24.
experiential. They need
Yeah.
experience to make these judgment calls.
Yeah.
And they lived good lives.
But ancient days is just too perfect. You might make it wrong, like AI. You know.
But there's
No,
finaliters
that's
on
not
the
right.
there's finaliters on the panel too. Humans that have ascended to the
On 4 and
top.
20.
No, on the adjudication panel.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
makes sense it would be a diverse panel, you know?
Yeah, it's super fair.
Yeah.
The judgment is like eternally fair.
But still, it's because of the Supreme.
Yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
those beings those people, those souls are experienced in this planet. You know,
That's a
What do you
great
think? You
point,
think
bro.
Hitler's
That's
gonna get a
fucking
second
amazing
chance?
point. Good. Thank you.
in the conversation around like how many survive, I think most survive. I don't know if ignorance is determined by reading the Revelation or not,
Good
though,
point. Good point.
because
Yeah, it can't.
what I'm hearing is you keep defaulting to ignorance being the test, and okay, but if you have the spirit, multiple spirits, and you're living, and you feel the check of spirit, and you continue doing things, it doesn't necessarily require a book to put you in the space of ignoring your conscience.
You're right. You're right. And like I was thinking about that for a second. And I spit it out in the middle of all of us saying, but I was like, you're right. The truth should be the basis. Like how much you resonate with truth, and that should be the measure of how ignorant you are. But the Urantia book will get you to the truth quicker, more efficiently, and that's why I keep referencing it. But in reality, I'm referring to the truth.
Yeah.
But the Urantia book just gets you there quicker.
Potentially, it gets you there quicker.
Potentially, yes, you're right.
Because if you don't act on it, then
That's the truth.
I think you can actually adjudicate yourself if you learn the truth and you don't act
That's what
on
I'm
it.
saying. Now you get into some dark territory.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
now you're talking.
Because the more you know, the more you're responsible
you're
for.
responsible.
There-
Exactly.
And that's like a
You're not ignorant anymore.
yeah. You're
Earlier-
actually you're willfully choosing to shed your ignorance, which means
Exactly.
you're more responsible.
I decided I just want to be a cartel leader.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Your rancher book, I didn't hear any your rancher book.
But the
Oh,
thing
you heard it. You just didn't want to listen.
the thing with extinction is that the soul actually agrees.
Yes, you're right. The soul agrees to its own extinction. It says
So
that.
I
You're right.
don't think
Oh wow! Thank you for bringing that up.
I do
Great
think
point.
there's people. Well, it also says that some people lose their thought adjusters in this life.
Yes.
So if you're completely animalistic, there's no motive for the thought adjuster to
To
stay.
even incarnate. And how often does that happen? I perceive that paragraph referring to all planets in our local universe as opposed to just Urantia. If that makes sense.
So I get confused about the thought adjuster where it's like pre-personal and then it becomes one with us. Like it becomes a part of us essentially. We get fused with it. But is it like our boy? Like we're kicking it with them?
That's
and,
how I
like,
look
get
at
to
mine.
talk
No,
about
it-
it?
it's
It's
you.
pre-personal.
No, it's you.
Connection
okay.
point between your soul
It's
and
future you.
yourself.
So
It's
it's
matter of
future
fact,
you.
future you.
It's you, yeah. You are you because your personality is from the
So I'm
Father.
my own boy.
Yeah.
What's up, gang?
But
This is so narcissistic. It feels crazy.
just
Love yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings a whole new meaning to love
Love,
yourself.
you're allowed to. Love
know?
yourself big, as big as you
So
can.
love yourself really means love your
But
adjustment.
there's a weird.
can I
There's
just
a-
can I just
go
close
ahead.
the loop on that real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, close it, close
'Cause- and then I'll
What do you mean? No, dude, you're the voice of reason right now. Go.
All I
I
have
don't-
is questions. That's it.
There's so many tangents we could take. So I'm intentionally trying not to take those tangents. We're talking about soul survival. I don't think most souls have the capacity to choose to agree with extinction in this life.
Yeah, okay. You're wording it perfectly.
So I do think that they would be confronted with reality on the other side
Yep.
and given an opportunity.
Yep.
It also says, I think, that this brother said it, you're only real as much as you
Identify
with truth.
Yeah, yeah.
And so extinction partially is just an erasure of yourself based on not identifying with truth.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I do think there's some people that hate life.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if you hate life and you reject life itself,
Even when you wake up, you're gonna reject it.
yeah. And so I do,
I didn't have
well, that's assuming there's something to survive. So the soul cannot go on unless there's something there. So you have to weave your own soul.
Because you're right. Because even in the caveman days, they were unable to generate a soul to even keep going on.
Yeah. So once in a while, early on, one of these early humans would have enough
To make it.
to make it. But the soul's a real thing, and you can't fake it.
Yeah. Straight up.
It's woven by your decision process in your relationship with your adjuster.
Thank God for this brother right here.
Thank God for all you. So if you don't weave any soul in your life, then there's nothing to survive. It's
Yeah.
not even, it's not extinction of a soul. There is no soul.
vehicle to transfer into.
So there are humans walking this planet who do not have a soul.
Ooh, is that what they mean by like NPCs?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
you don't think so?
No, that's
what-
different.
what per-
They might still have love and morality.
Ballparking
NPC.
it, what do you think the percentage of the people of that? Like under 0.001%?
like truly evil, like doing
That are walking the planet and don't have a soul? Or
Yeah, or an adjuster.
or an adjuster,
Do you
or-
think they'd have to be
Well, that's
like
different, though.
caveman equivalent?
I think it also says that if you damage the physical mind enough
you're right,
that it
you're
can't
right.
house the adjuster. So unfortunately, drugs
Yeah.
and what we call like night walkers and people who are like
Just methed out, screaming at the
cracked
fucking-
out beyond.
So do you think
screaming at
they-
cars.
God bless them.
People
I-
who,
Do
like,
they get
kill
on
children
one
and
day?
stuff. too.
There has to be enough of them to go on. It's not a
It's like a literal
it's
rehabilitation
a
program.
no. It's just a literal "do you exist"
It would probably,
question.
when they're intellectual.
If you don't
when they
exist.
experience intellectual death, it's kind of like the adjuster might leave, and then they'll be judged for
Yeah.
what they had at death.
So if you're like a complete piece of shit with no morals, no values, like the worst human, and then you find drugs,
I
and
think
you're a drug
mental
addict for
illness,
10
too.
hours, there's almost like nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like
I-
you had no
well,
foundation.
For
I do
mental
think- I
illness,
do
that's
think this
that's an
happens,
important
yeah.
one to touch, the mental illness concept, because if we're talking about mercy credits, there is a quote in your intro book that says, "Any opportunity that you lacked on Earth, it will be made up for." So in the Mirancha realm, so
You wanna be a rock star?
I take that, yeah, that's part of it. But I take that to say that like if you do have a physical disability, the new body that you're given is not going to have that. You'll be able to express everything you couldn't express through the physical domain in that manner. I think that's a hopeful message. I just didn't want people to take the wrong message from saying like,
No, absolutely. I just think that there's some situations potentially where people are, and I think it's probably definitely with more severe mental illness, but probably even more with people who are born mentally ill. I think that unfortunately there are some situations where people don't get a thought adjuster, and that changes the trajectory of everything.
Interesting, because of the lack of mental capacity too?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a giant
I was
retarded
thinking about
population.
something.
That's funny. No, I know, right? We're canceled. But that's funny because this isn't you from the Urantia book. Extra Urantia book source, and it says that even higher selves, Earth is such a unique planet that they want to get the stripe of being on Earth, and that even like a high adjuster will choose to incarnate into a deformed body just to get the stripe.
I'm thinking about what you were saying. You were
That's
saying
crazy,
about
right?
mental illness, and you're talking about some people who just like hate life. And so my thought goes to people who've been through some shit. They have PTSD or CPTSD or whatever, and like that makes people, mental illness. They kind of hate being alive. But then I think of the crucifixion, And, he chose his own death. He chose afflictedness to be with those people because in his wisdom, he knows the difference between evil that hates life and afflictedness that hates life. And he can differentiate that. And I think that's, it says he did, yeah.
Well, that wasn't the Father's will. It wasn't the Father's will for him to
He chose to die as a human, and whatever was in front
But
of
he
him,
chose
accepted.
the time and the manner, and he
Yeah, he
chose all of
accepted
it.
it.
Yeah, so I think that's part of it because it's like we can't differentiate this, analytically, but he in his wisdom knows how to do that. And that's part of the revelation, that's part of his way of transforming us is through the crucifixion and understanding that is so we can separate afflictedness from evil, you know what I mean? And I think that's part of his mission,
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Can I say one
That's
more
deep
thing?
as shit. Yeah, I was about to say, goddamn. Got a new interpretation of the fucking cross. That's hard.
Yeah, it's the demands of the Supreme.
Amen.
The
You're
soul,
right.
the
That's
soul
the
actually
Supreme.
has to exist. And this is one of the facts in the Urantia book that I think some people can get thrown off by, because we want to be sentimental around these topics. But the soul is woven through the mind of the human and the adjuster working together, and it starts at age 5 approximately, and should develop into a human being. Unfortunately, due to a lot of factors, that may not go exactly how it should. Nowadays, we would call it a trauma a lot. There's trauma everywhere, but certainly that doesn't lead to any kind of non-existence of the soul. But rejection of reality, there's only one, it's a mathematical conclusion. You can't reject reality and also exist in reality.
Amen.
And so when the soul has
You're
completely
killing it.
rejected reality, then it doesn't exist
By choice.
by choice. And that's what they mean, that in the end it agrees, because that's the only way it couldn't exist. If it didn't agree with extinction, then there would be something left.
That's the difference.
To exist.
Things that assault a person to make them feel they don't exist, That's trauma versus that choice.
So some of the worst people
Yeah.
are definitely in heaven.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There you go.
Definitely. Without a doubt. And some people that no one will ever know their name never
Didn't make it.
didn't make it.
Oh my God.
Because there's
That's
no,
crazy,
and that's
dog.
just, for me, the Supreme is like the bumper cars of the universe. The Supreme is demanding.
Oh, so it's based off self-actualization. If you don't self-actualize at all, no one's gonna know.
There's
you,
nothing
and
to-
you're gonna disappear into
there's nothing to exist.
obscurity. No
Yeah.
one's gonna notice that you got annihilated.
I like to put it that
It's actually, I don't think it's annihilation. Annihilation is when the
Oh,
soul has,
Get annihilated. You just cease to
It's like
exist.
vacuum.
you never survived in the first
didn't
place.
generate a vehicle to transfer into.
Exactly, yeah.
therefore-
Yeah. You have to survive the life in the flesh.
And that does kind of vibrate with a lot of in the spirituality field, a lot of people, they don't like the hell concept because it's very fire, brimstone, like God is judging you. And they flip it and they say, God's not judging you, you're judging yourself by not corresponding with anything real.
Yeah.
And so it's like your free will goes as far to the point where you no longer are using any real thought form. And so therefore, your only existence is based on thoughts that are only exist in a relative time and space, which means as soon as that time availability is done, the mercy time lag, as soon as that's done, if you have nothing left, you're not going to exist. And your intro talks about
mercy
these.
needs to be added to the equation.
Yeah, mercy is that part of that time lag, which allows these people, even if you have like a very rebellious phase, you could say, you could still come back and vibrate with universal thought forms, the original thought of the universe.
And then you're really valuable because you can go into other
Yeah.
territories that people like that.
And you're like, look,
redeem
bro,
them.
little bro,
was
I
like
know
that.
what it's like when you desynchronize so close to the edge that you think you can't come back. And we see that all the time on this planet. Is like
Drug
you're
addiction, people who
literally
make it out
on
of
the
it,
edge.
You know what I'm saying?
Those finalators got some stories.
Oh,
They got some heartache.
you think I'm
They got
nice?
some
I used to be
pain.
in the bottom of the
Those
barrel.
finalators got some pain stories. Oh God, they're
Pain.
just-
Yeah, they learn through pain.
Yeah, I think I said the Supreme is the bumper cars. I meant the bumpers, like in bowling. The Supreme forces things to. You're never going to get away from the Supreme. If there's a law that we're under, it's the law of the Supreme.
Amen. Yeah, straight up.
You must engage. You must be real. You must create something the universe goes forward, it's progressing,
Yep.
you're a part of that experience.
There's consequences.
There's consequences to your decisions in the Supreme.
Yep.
You got to positively contribute.
God makes all things toward good for those, because of the Supreme. But that doesn't mean that if you don't get ground by the Supreme, you can never really
Keep going forward.
you can't really grow. And that's like the agony of life, is realizing that you're strapped to your supreme experience. The formation of your soul is going to be.
Is that where pain comes from?
It is pain.
Not going with your own growth if you want to stagnate.
But that type of pain then becomes joy. But the real pain is when you don't grow.
Don't grow.
Because you're too afraid. And then
Fear is the mind killer.
all the things that you could have, all the mistakes you made that you could have turned into beauty, you chose not to because you didn't want to face it.
And it weighs on you, and it.
Weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yeah, that is.
Get into the rehab sphere.
I think that's what that means, actually. It's the feeling of like, it's like life. You didn't take the opportunity that life was giving you to actually become.
Yeah.
And whether you're a Christian or a Buddhist or a Rancher book reader or an atheist or on the Epstein list, at the end of the day, you know that you're a person. And you have to sleep with yourself. You have to be in your own consciousness.
And some people
right?
are filled with a lot of regret.
And then,
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
and so if there's a hell, that's what it is. But that can be overcome in a moment of giving that into God.
You're right.
But you can't bypass that demand. You are forced
Mandatory.
into that law of the Supreme, which is that your experience must generate goodness, but it's going to happen through your own
Experience.
agony.
Trials.
Pain, trials, error.
Call it growth pains, because I don't like to focus on the pain of life, but
You're right.
if there wasn't pain and growth in life, there wouldn't be the joy of changing. And you were someone before you read the Urantia book, and then you were someone after, and you had to change, but now you look back and you have joy on that.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah, but that's pain.
Yeah, but it was painful to come out of who you were, and then right now I've made some mistakes in my life that I have to really face head on, and that's painful.
Exactly.
But as I face them, I'm actually feeling myself growing, and then I know I'm on the way.
You feel good. You feel pumped up. Oh,
Without
I handled
pain,
that.
how can you know joy?
Amen. Straight up.
That's the difference between us and the angels. They only know joy.
They ain't got no pain.
They don't have pain.
Oh man,
Shout out to the brother right here, man. It's a new brother in the.
good to be back.
You'll be on
What's
the podcast.
up, gang? We
soon.
got a new brother joining the circle.
Hey, what's happening?
Introduce yourself. Are you trying to? You got a thought here to add? No, I just okay. He'll add some thoughts soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just visualize this whole soul thing, because it talks about that it's this is the womb of the soul, and so I always, when at the start of the book it calls that it's the material mind, and the fragment of God that is the parents. So what I always visualize now, it's kind of like it's in the womb, and there's this egg, and there's the sperm. And it, because at some points it calls also the fragment is called like invasion. So I see it like the sperm that's trying to get in.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
It's like us and the digester.
Yeah. And if they don't fuse, the eggs just go,
Nothing to live.
Yeah. So what you said is like not even forming. It's like a stillbirth or
Miscarriage.
miscarriage.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
I like that. It's dark because it's true, but I like it.
I feel like it's less personal to me, because I don't see like, it's just going to be these people that are evil that are not going to survive, but it's just also people that don't choose to survive.
They're not putting in the work.
Yeah, just I think it said that even on planets where everything goes according to plan, there's a planetary prince that's nice, and Adam and Eve and this and that still people have to choose to live or die. So I think that it's not like this chaotic society. It's just like, I don't feel like it. Or,
Imagine being like in a great world, settled in light and life. Everybody's happy, and you're like, I don't want it. It's still, there's people like that.
Yeah,
It's just all personalities are different.
yeah, there's this example of like a Dutch woman. She was in her 30s. She was perfectly healthy, I think. mostly. You know, she was even in like the National Olympics for hockey. And she was depressed for years, and she was like, yeah, I just don't want to live. And yeah, she had euthanasia, and also like this 16-year-old girl. And I just hear it more and more, you know, especially in the Netherlands. It's just like people being like, yeah, I just want to.
Sometimes the
enough.
physical body is the limit that people have on this planet. Some people are dealt a hand that gives them great agony, and that, I don't know, sometimes I don't blame them. It's like a ticket. I don't blame people who do that. It's got to be a hard decision. Also, if we had universal health care, maybe we wouldn't have to make those as hard decisions.
No, but I'm talking about
Okay.
like perfectly healthy people.
Yeah,
that just
that's
decided,
different. Some people, yeah.
Like,
And then I have a question. The other one that trips me out is like where they say the mindal energy, like they give us like different mindal energy. Are we all getting like different levels of it or different types of it? Because we all have different minds and we see things and view them differently. You know?
We had a whole week left.
Yeah, it's ended.
Yeah.
But an interesting one is in the nurseries. Those nursery
You can do
children
that if you
also have to choose. They also have to choose.
And I gotta go there because I don't have kids.
They're being
Yeah.
I gotta
They're not
learn.
dead yet.
But you
Yeah.
can help care
Oh,
for
we're talking
kids
about
on
watch
this
out.
planet to get
Yeah.
to second grade.
Yeah. Well, you have to raise them to like.
I don't really want them.
Really? Yeah.
I want to go to the
That's
nursery.
the
don't
kid
have
teacher.
If you
I
don't
don't
want
know.
them to
I've
know.
heard people say that. I don't necessarily think that. I've heard people say before that you need to have at least 3 children through pubescent age, but I'm pretty certain that the specifics of it is that to be like there's like a liaison, I want to say, kind of a role. To be in that role, you have to have that. You will need parental experience, but I don't know that I only have 2 children. Does that mean that I'm going to have to do mandatory time in this thing? I'd like to, because I think that there's probably a lot that I could learn about nurturing that I've missed, and it's regardless. I think probably anybody who's your ancient would probably benefit from making sure you go and see, like, how do the Celestials do it? Oh, I was way off.
Yeah.
My ex
I
had 2
shouldn't
kids. I
have
was bad
yelled.
at it. I was upset with the 2-year-old. I'm like, oh man, I'm not cut out for this. I gotta go to the nursery. I gotta spend time.
The trick
know
with helping children grow is to connect with that, your inner child, if you haven't heard that term before. The inner child. I think and raising yourself how you wanted to be raised, not necessarily how you were raised, but hey, I'm going to raise myself again in these ways that maybe my parents had blind spots or were faulty.
I love that too.
Yeah.
I feel like this generation has just really lost a passion for children, and it's just so tragic. And so I just learned about and I just learned about that, and the importance of caretaking and the importance of raising children, and it just really hit me how just beautiful that is, but also how impactful that is to our own growth. And it's just so sad to see that more people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And they don't see it here. And we have less people who are having less kids, and so less people have the experience being around young children and watching other people parent, watching other people learn and benefit from that experience. And it's just so tragic.
It's like the building blocks for a
Yeah.
healthy society is good parenting
is.
techniques.
And kids.
Parenting is phenomenally
Yeah.
difficult.
And I think it takes intentional healing. You must heal yourself before you can
I
even
can't
try
even
to raise a
start.
kid who doesn't need healing.
Great point.
No, don't have kids if you don't want kids. Don't do it because they will take your whole life. If you want them, have them, but it will change you. It will force you to face yourself. It will make you grow. It will make you get up when you don't want to get up. It will make you. It is a crucible. This is why they require it in the afterlife because that shit is hard.
I also think we
so
could.
when the younger generations are choosing not to have parents and the birth rate's going down and these things we're hearing about, there's a reason.
I'm more of a fun
It's
guy.
hard.
I think it's important to help parent each other's inner child, where maybe we can help each other do the other thing.
It's hard in a society that is demanding more and more of our time and resources and financial, contribution to a home. The breakdown or the change of gender roles is also affecting the home. And the Rancher book is very clear that the home is the building block of society. And so if you wanted to negatively impact society, you would negatively impact the home.
And people are doing it not even subconsciously, they're negative impact. And
Well,
they're
it's
not good
really,
at it.
really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be married and have children and try to keep that together.
I think the U.S. nuclear family is unsustainable.
There's some really good ones.
Why?
Maybe so. Well, if it takes a village, but we're only in our own home,
Oh, gotcha.
then you
I don't-
never,
I don't-
where's the village?
So it's just too closed off.
Yeah, closed off and individualist and
Yeah.
all. Just
That's
all
part
that.
of it for sure.
Am I covering it up? Hold on. Oh, it's really fun to play with the magnet. Sorry.
It's making all kinds of rubber
One more
noise.
time. Oh, I dropped it.
So I just want to be real about that. I don't know. This brother has kids, but I think some of you don't.
I accidentally
checked
had
by the
a
chat.
kid. I have
Jeez.
a 5-year-old.
Oh.
I told myself I'm never gonna have kids.
Yeah.
And then I had one, and it's the best thing that's
Yeah.
ever happened to me. It's forced me to be more of an adult, more
Yeah.
mature, do things that you didn't want to do, face your own dark aspects of yourself and overcome them, because I can't have this if I'm gonna raise this
Yeah.
beautiful being,
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I get it. Now I gotta do this 2 more times.
I wouldn't worry about the number. If you give it all to one kid, I'm sure it's not about the
It counts
number.
for something,
They're just giving us averages based on soul ascension.
Hey, thanks for saying that, dog.
That's just my opinion, but every soul is on an individual journey. What is required is the growth of parenting.
The energy that you put in.
Right. That's what they're saying, is that it's required, because because God is your father, if you really want to understand that, you need to parent something. And when you parent, you come out of yourself in a way that you can't do in any other way.
It's insane.
But the flip of it is that it's the most beautiful, awesome thing ever. Right? Yeah.
Beautiful, awesome thing in the world.
Yeah.
And there's not
Wait.
enough.
There's not enough. No.
Both.
Easy for a man to say that.
I'm
We
saying
don't carry it. We don't carry it. We don't have to go through the entire thing. But we're
Yeah,
here
keep
with you.
talking, guys.
You have kids?
No. And don't. In this economy.
This economy.
Also, what the fuck? There's the Epstein fucks out there.
Well, that's
Why
the
bring
other.
a child
That's the other
into
problem
this?
why we have like a closed off society, because we're so primal and animalistic. There's
Yeah.
pedophiles everywhere who can't control themselves.
Yeah,
and
there's
so it's
some-
like you gotta close off your family from
Exactly,
the world.
protect them.
We're in like it's like a lose-lose,
Yeah.
Well, how different is the world now? I mean, we're more aware of it, but hasn't it kind of always been that way?
Yeah, they say Aristotle was.
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so paper 47, section 1.4, and I'm just skipping down a little bit. The present Urantia Commission consists of 12 parental couples recently arrived who have had mortal experience in rearing 3 or more children to the pubescent age. So the 3 or more children thing has to do with the Urantia Commission, not necessarily you as an individual. Like you could have a child and just nail it.
What you were talking about.
But to be on the
yeah.
commission, you have to have 3 or more.
I need to spend.
I think that the revelation is filtered through personal spiritual experience. You ascend, you go to the mansion worlds, you have your experience in your mind and your soul.
Yeah.
You make your choice.
You walk with God.
You walk with God. It's not the book. It's a book, and they tried their best to lay it out. But ultimately, it's going to be your And that
just
I
a
think
blueprint.
that's how that's helped me anchor these concepts in a system of thinking that calls me to attention and awareness around, because it's my journey to heaven. It's mine, and
I was gonna say real shit. You ever said not really, but that's some real shit.
I'm an NPC on your journey.
well, I actually highly disagree with that concept. I think that people think other people are NPCs because you're interacting with them in a certain context, and that person's at Safeway for the fucking 1400th time in their life, and they're just zoned out. But what I've noticed when I travel the world is every single human being I've almost ever met in my life is amazing.
Right.
Well, I'm an amazing NPC. You just
Right?
can't play my character.
So why? I asked this question. in the aggregate, we think humanity is dumb and stupid and ignorant and evil. But in the specific, when I meet you, when I just met you this morning, you're amazing, complex, beautiful, creative, endeavoring.
I thought about you. That's
Right? And so, but this is true for all these souls.
I think most people are
every
like
what?
good, like well-intentioned, but I think that a lot of them are pretty
The
stupid.
Revelation says that every person
It's-
is
yeah.
That's just
ends in
my
itself. You know what I'm saying? Every other person, they talk about means to an end, and they say every person is an end in itself. You know, the person shouldn't be a means to an end.
Yeah.
A person is an end in itself. So
You're the only you,
you're the only you,
and you get to be you forever,
exactly
if
yeah.
you choose.
And if you recognize that in society, that means every person should be amazing, like the way you beautifully said.
Well, they have to be. I mean, the fatherhood of God is the fact that it means that we're all brothers and sisters. And so when we call someone an NPC, which is a term from video games, meaning the people who just walk around and fill the space, we're forgetting that those people are children of God.
Yes.
We'll
They
never
have
know whose
adjusters.
soul doesn't make it
No, but they're
until
literally,
until
like,
we
you
make
can't-
it
It's not
through.
even your business.
The
Yeah, yeah.
NPC concept should be
It's
eradicated.
Well, but no, if you think about like
and replaced
literally-
with the concept of the
literally,
fatherhood of
they're
God.
non-playable characters. So you're all NPCs to me because I can't be you. I'm looking at it literally.
Technicality.
I'm not looking at it like a
Technicalities.
negative way. You can look at it like a negative way, like, oh, he's just an NPC.
Yeah,
You know,
no
but
soul, just a
Yeah.
computer.
yeah, like
So-
I think
there's two
an
ways.
instance that Jesus mentions when you go according all the social expectation and everything, you become a social automaton. And when I read that, I was like, that's an NPC.
That makes sense.
You're right,
Good
you're
point.
right.
You know?
Okay, so I've been looking at the group. I observe the group during doing certain actions. If I do those actions, I will be part of the group. Therefore, I'm only going to act within those X amount of actions I've seen. Therefore, that's when you become an NPC because you're only reiterating what you've seen,
Yeah, you just do what you think other
doing what other
want you
people
to
are
do.
doing. Exactly.
It doesn't mean you're soulless, which is the
Yeah.
further definition. That some of the-
NPC.
some of the
I
Gen
mean,
Z
I think
guys-
that's how they perceive
I have
it.
a different
NPC.
definition.
I agree with
But
that.
it says that if you continue that road, you eventually kind of, I don't know what the exact code was, but no, that if you follow that road of like,
if you keep the NPC.
yeah, like just
Automaton.
adjust to like to show social.
Like you're not individualistic enough. You're just following the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
and if you follow that path, it says like you just slowly kind of disappear.
Yeah,
Or-
it makes sense because you got to be you. You know,
Slavery to
whoever you
custom.
are.
Yeah.
Good point. Thank you.
Okay, with this.
Your personality. Let your personality bloom.
Good, because I got to pee.
Keep going.
No, that's all. Let your personality bloom, and you do.
Be
I
you.
love it right now.
We're going to keep talking, guys, off camera, but I think we've talked enough. I mean, this is some deep concepts right here. Hour and a half, 2 hours. We were dropping gems, dimes. I mean, all the people around me are movers and shakers. We will try to put all of their projects in the description. You know me, Deadrick Baker II, Tay Chilla, Planetary HQ. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Leave a super chat if you guys loved it. Leave a comment, share it, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Until next, oh wait, fucking come to the next Urantia conference, dog. What are you doing? You want to be part of the conversation? I better see you in this circle next time. I better see you in this circle next time. You heard me, right? Your volume was up. Yeah, you need to come to the Urantia conference so that you can be exposed to all these beautiful concepts. So until next time, Deadrick Baker II with my brothers and sisters. I love you guys. Peace out.
How many have you been to?
You got it?
First one.
Oh, me too.
You end it?
I went to a
Taylor?
family gathering.
We're ended? Yeah, cool.
2014.
On our YouTube channel. I'm not trying to end the conversation. I just wanted to free the camera so that we can just talk.
I can see why your stuff works on YouTube. That was really good.
Thanks,
Your
dude.
outro
He's
was.
a gnat.
Yeah.